All right, here we are for the second round, and we've got kind of an ugly opener, but probably still a keep. I don't know why this keeps showing up in our opening hand, but we're on the draw, and we've got three colors. Uh-oh. This could get ugly, kids. This is... If we're facing mono red, we're going to get absolutely stomped in this game. For the match, I think we've got a reasonable shot. We've got a Thrag Tusk and some stuff, but yeah, it is going to be incredibly difficult to get out of this mess. I mean, our first decent play is Jason. We can't even play that yet. That does help, though. That does help quite a bit. Still don't really have a play that we're happy with for this next turn. I mean, even Jace isn't very good. But could be a lot worse. For now, we're going to take 4, it looks like, and probably have this thing blown out of the sky. Hopefully not Syrian Blaze or something. It is a Porcelain Legionnaire. All right, well. And there's the bolt. All right. Show and Tell. Show and Tell. That's a good draw. That has to be better than... Or Ulamog's going to be better than anything that he can do. Yeah. That was pretty nice rip. We might still die. Somehow we might still die. He can sack all of these and kill us. He's going to start leveling up. Get this thing in the air. And he can still just attack with everything and hit us for like 7 or 8. Yeah, we might still just lose. Oh, that's so embarrassing. Yeah, we have to block here or here. Here, I guess. Oh, he didn't attack. He just didn't attack with anything. Wow, and we even drew a 4-drop. Yeah, that's lucky. That is really lucky. Him not attacking is fantastic for us. Now we get to wipe away something here. All right, we Armageddon him. Hit him for half of his life total, and he has 1 turn to do 14 with this. I don't think that's going to happen. He's going to get a 3-3, a 3-1, a 4-4, but we have a blocker. And that's the key here, is that we can jump in front of Kargan Dragonlord or Torian Mauler or something, and then the next attack just kills him. See, I thought we were going to be at 4. We block 3, so we take 4, 5, 6. I thought we were going to take 8 that turn, putting us at 6. We attack. He does exactly this. If we don't get lucky and draw this, does he kill us here? 4. He loses this. He kills us. Even if we have this, he kills us. Yeah, I think he just missed an attack there. All right, I'll take it. Now, what do we want to do here to change the way that our deck plays potentially, though? We really don't have much wiggle room with this deck, unfortunately. Things that we don't want anymore. I mean, Revelation, gosh, I feel like we just kind of need to leave it in, but it certainly isn't great. Reanimate can get out of here. That's easy. That also clears the way for Shardless Agent to only hit really good stuff. Dungeon Geists is something we could definitely consider bringing in. In fact, I think we definitely want to consider bringing it in here. Do we have anything else that just actively hurts us? This does a little bit. It's sort of optional. True Name Nemesis is good versus him. Knight should be pretty good. Shriekmaw's good against him. This isn't, but obviously we need to, like, one of our avenues to victory is what we just did, which is either show and telling or Eureka in Ulamog and making his quick starts irrelevant. Even though his quick start was perfectly relevant that game. Okay, so we have Mana Vault. We have, awkwardly, both of our big stuff cards, but this is actually going to work out fine. We're going to get to turn 1 Mana Vault, and then we're going to get to either turn 2 or turn 3 Shardless Agent. We can kind of decide what we want to do. And that's going to hit... Let's see, we've got Mana Vault. There's only one other target, whatever it was. But whatever, let's just play this. And then, look, if we draw Ulamog or draw one of our Titans, boosh, we just instantly put it into play. Like next turn. Like any draw that we hit that is a Titan or an Ulamog or a Consecrated Sphinx, we just slam it. All right, looks like he's got nothing this turn. Oh, this is great. Yeah, no, I don't need to do that. All right, so I went over to make sure it was a birds that we're going to hit, and that's perfectly fine. But I think I can wait a turn for that because having a birds doesn't really do anything, and having this thing locked down is like kind of annoying. So since he hasn't really done anything, I'm just going to take a turn off here. I mean, getting a Shardless Agent and a birds in play is fine here, but it's not exactly going to... Like, it doesn't do anything really. Beating down with Shardless Agent isn't really in our game plan here. All right, well, touche. If I would have played it last turn, it's going to cast both, so that Torian Mauler is actually going to get quite big. Still, I don't want to take damage from Mutavault unnecessarily. Glenelendra Archmage. I think I'll still just Shardless Agent here. I don't want to draw birds. Torian Mauler is going to be an issue, but I feel like we can just go over the top of it once we draw anything that we can show and tell in. So this is what's going on the bottom of our library. Ulamog, Titan, Sphinx. But this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's 17 of our... Oh, that actually matters here. Is our fetch land in here somewhere? No, it's not. I mean, because getting a shuffle at that point is pretty nice because we've got some stuff down there that we definitely care about. Namely Ulamog, Thragtusk, Grave Titan, and Frost Titan, because that makes these ones way better. These actually are quite bad, and given that all these are down there. This could actually get out of hand pretty quickly with this Torian Mauler. We need to draw a few more creatures here, because I can get Glenelendra Archmage into play, and that's good. But then this is a 5/5, and we've got a 4/4 and a 2/2, so... Yeah, it's gonna be this is gonna be a bit of a fight actually, especially considering all these big things are sitting somewhere shuffled near the bottom of our library. Wow, that's really good. Yeah, this is just gonna be rough now. Getting rougher. This is very good against us. Very good in general, very good against us. I'm going to start actually just having a chump block right away, I think. Otherwise, we're going to be taking hits of 7. think I am just going to untap this thing. That's a pretty good draw, though it's going to have to wait a turn. Okay, well, that could breathe some life right back into this thing. Digging deep for sure, but again, with Show and Tell and Eureka in hand, we can, let's see, we can Sphinxes for 1, 2, 3, so 1, 2, 3, 4, for 7. If we get to Sphinx's Revelation for 7, that's quite nice. But I got to protect my hand here, although I could ditch Eureka pretty easily, actually. Maybe I don't even care. Yeah, I think I just block here on here and just take the 4. Actually, I'll get rid of Show and Tell. Because when I Sphinx's Revelation, if we hit a bunch of sweet stuff, I want to be able to put it all into play. And he's going to be basically just dumping his hand here anyway. Fire Blast. Sure. Johnny Vengeant. If he bolts the bird, I'm going to be beyond bummed. Oh, God. Ugh, that is just so annoying. Now we're just at the mercy of the top of our deck. And I can't even cast that. Or wait. Maybe I can. I guess I should just put it into play. It's a 2/2. It does give me a shuffle effect. Yeah, this is just a disaster. An unmitigated disaster at this point. I can't believe he killed our birds there. Unbelievable. Maybe I do just put it into play. 9. It just ends up chump blocking. I get one extra draw step. I chump block here. As it stands, I'm just dead. Okay. Well, I liked our game plan there, but yeah, our deck is leaning on cards like this pretty rough, and we paid the price for it there. Okay. I still think our deck has definite game, though. Like there's games where we Eureka there and just put in a couple of these guys, and the game just ends. In this case, got a little unlucky because we found out that basically all of our big targets were stuck. I think Grave Titan was one that wasn't. I can't remember, but we're stuck at the bottom of our library, and we didn't draw a shuffle effect. But so it goes. All right, Consuming Vapors I think is worth a keep here. We get to have a Basalt Monolith into Consuming Vapors. I like that. Sphinx's Revelation is pretty awkward here. We're 2 colored mana sources away from actually being able to cast that. So we're not going to be able to lean on that one. Show and Tell. Don't hate that as a draw. But similar to last game, we need one of our fatties. Doesn't really matter which one. I mean, I would play it for a Thragtusk here. Torch Fiend. See what we draw. Archmage. You know what? Have at it. If he wants to use his Torch Fiend to destroy my Basalt Monolith, I think I'm going to accept that, because this Consuming Vapors can go a long way. Like if he goes Torch Fiend, attack, sack this, destroy this, play Kargan Dragonlord, and I get to Consuming Vapors it. Like, that's nice. And he really doesn't have a choice. I mean, what is he going to do? Let me untap with this thing? He does. God, what? I guess I'm just not reading this guy correctly. So I can get white, but we still need a second blue source here. I think I'm going to get this. Maybe I get a Trop. If I get a Trop, I can counter this Rift Bolt. But then I'm not getting white mana, and that makes this a lot less likely to ever get resolved during the course of the game, and that's kind of a big deal here. So I think I am going to go ahead and stick to the plan here and get this. And yeah, I think I'm going to go like this. Because if he wants to Rift Bolt Glenelender Archmage, it's the same effect anyway of me sacking it to counter the Rift Bolt. If he throws it at my face, then I have to live with that. But then I have a Glenelender Archmage in play, and I get to untap, and that's kind of nice. This is just very awkward. Because if I go for Consuming Vapors and he doesn't have anything else, he just sacks this to destroy Monolith. I gain no life, and I just get nothing out of the deal. I really need to hit at least one thing with this to try to bump my life total up just to protect from any bolt range and that kind of thing. Ideally, of course, I hit two things that are relevant, but if he taps out, I can do that. This line of play also, though, makes it so that if he has a Johnny Vengeance, I don't get to get him, which is annoying. All right, so he went for that. Man, if I had Primeval Titan there or something, he lets me untap with that thing. He's just like, whoops. And then let's see what this thing ends up hitting. This turn he has free reign, though. He can do what he wants, so. If he does have a Johnny Vengeance, I guess it's not that bad because I can pressure it with Glenelender Archmage, though, so that's actually not too bad. He's going to hit Archmage. Okay. I get this thing back. And hopefully he just plays a creature here. Just, maybe he just plays a Hell Rider or something like that. We still have every draw step matters for us in a big way. If we hit a blue mana source, we can fire this thing off for a couple of extra cards and a couple of life, which can definitely be a big deal. Gargadon suspended. Great. Sweet. He does nothing. Okay, well, of all the options, I would take this one probably the highest, and that's a nice rip, too. Unfortunately, I have to tap my blue mana again, but this is going to get us either a Birds of Paradise or a Mana Vault. It's the Mana Vault this time. And we're going to be putting these ones on the bottom. Which is our Consecrated Sphinx, our Grave Titan, our Frost Titan, and our Ulamog. Jeez, all the big stuff. And we got a few other things, don't get me wrong, but that is a little disappointing. So we hit the Mana Vault, which is sweet, except for that we do need to find an island here or, some blue mana source. All right. So we got our 2-for-1. Can't really be too unhappy about that. Getting a 2-for-1 Rift Bolt and Incinerate both hit Glenelender Archmage, and that's pretty much living the dream right there. We could have been at 11. There's just so many different things that could have happened from that. So that's nice. Foundry untap. So likely to see maybe an Ajani or something big here. It's a sword, but why this then? Interesting. Ooh, buddy. That's a nice. All right, let's attack you. That's a great rip. My goodness. Played our land for the turn, so I'm just gonna end step the thing. I don't think Skullcrack's in the cube. These are cards we're not going to be drawing. But there's still plenty of good stuff for us to rip here. Primeval Titan would be great. I mean, Ulamog would be the nut, but he's way down there. Shuffled in. Remember, these are random. All right, so there is a Johnny. All right. Not happy about it. A Johnny's a pain. He's probably going to just keep our Shardless Agent locked down here. Kill it. All right. Kill our Shardless Agent, that is. And we, though, are now going to fire off this for 6. Yes. Boosh. And we hit a Dungeon Geist, a Thragtusk. That's pretty good. What are we doing this turn? Playing a land, playing a birds. I can pay 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, leave myself with 3 mana. I think I just need to play a Thragtusk here, so I'm just going to take the damage from this. Oh. Right, because that was on upkeep. So I even get this, because this thing strangely hurts you on your draw step for some reason. So we get a Primeval Titan out of the deal. And I think I just go Primeval Titan Bop. Or I can go 1, 2, 3, show and tell, put in Primeval Titan, 1, 2, 3, 4, Dungeon Geist, nothing? No, that doesn't seem good. And I get to shuffle. Oh, this is going to be glorious. I get to go get our, what's it called too? Our library. And sure, drop or something, doesn't matter. And go. So things are looking quite nice. We just shuffled our library, so now we have live draws to Ulamogs and the like. Consecrated Sphinx would be fine. Grave Titan would probably be the best case scenario, though this does make that kind of awkward, but this is going to do huge work this time. Probably going to Ajani Venge in our library just to keep us from drawing a card. And then we're going to try to kill Ajani. So this is going to come down to if he has a removal spell for our Primeval Titan, if he plows it or paths it or something like that. And also if he's got creatures, because we can take advantage of that pretty nicely here. With this too. Dungeon Geist on a creature attack is great too. Especially if his plan is to plus a Johnny and equip up a creature. All right, so there's plan A, or the first part of plan A. And he helixed and then bolted Primeval Titan. So he's trying to take the control route here. And I don't blame him for that, but it's not going to work. Because we are going to play, well, at least Thragtusk. And I might just run out a naked Dungeon Geist here too. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I don't love the idea of playing it into with no creature out there, but I want to get a 3/3 flyer in the air that doesn't get hit by his thing. I don't know if I should have played that land actually, but so here's the deal. his game plan is now going to revolve around getting something sorted up to get in the way of Tusk and then maybe killing Dungeon Geist, but this is going to really put a crimp on that. It's a Ram Gang equip. He could even attack if he had something else really sweet, but my guess is that he doesn't. And I think he just wants to keep it back to block here. Though I guess it's going to die anyway. No, he'll probably just attack. Yeah, and then send him in. Okay. I can't do anything. And does he have a follow-up play? He does not. I think I can pay here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. If I draw Ulamog, I'm just show and telling anyway. I draw Frost Titan, which is basically better, I mean, at least just as good. It's got to be careful not to die to a Gargadon randomly. That's kind of our only other real issue here. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He could just flash it in. Maybe actually would have been better just a Consuming Vapors there. Yeah, that might have even just been better. All right, well, let's see if he wants to move in. Because we're obviously in a great position here, but I want to make sure I don't lose to greater Gargadon here. You know, just randomly, because we have a great answer for it here. But he does have to contend with 11 power and toughness here. But this thing is going to get vapored at some point because it's not going anywhere. And so it might have been better just to fire off Consuming Vapors, because now if he plays something crappy, you know, he plays a leashed Cackler or something along those, just something really junky, then Consuming Vapors just looks like a million times worse. All right, here he goes. Tapping some mana. And it looks like he's going to move in. So I think we can get him here unless he does have something else in his hand along those lines. He's going to hit us. He's going to make us discard Show and Tell. He needs to do one more. All right, so he's left himself with one land left. That should be enough for our Consuming Vapors to finish him off here. And the fact that we didn't do it did push him to do this. So we do get some upside. He's going to equip an attack. I have to take it. I ditch Show and Tell. And then we Vapors him. Whatever he doesn't sack, we tap down with Frost Titan, although maybe at this point I'd rather just tap down a land, but yeah, okay. All right, so we got the zone. So let's start with this though, and then see what he sacks. I mean, clearly he's going to sack this thing. And then yeah, and then I guess it's actually an interesting choice. Because I can take a hit from this thing still, but I think it's just too close to do it that way. I think I just have to... Because what I'd rather do here is tap his land so that he can't cast anything. Because then for sure the other side of Consuming Vapors finishes off the Gargadon. But this way actually works out just fine anyway, because he now must draw something that he can cast. If he doesn't, he loses. And then on top of it, Consuming Vapors will kill whatever he casts, and then we would keep this thing locked down with Frost Titan anyway. So it's kind of damned if he does, damned if he doesn't. All right, looks like we're in the finals here. We'll see you guys there.